I thought Hampton did a really good job of controlling the tempo and taking time off the clock. And, we made some little mistakes that you're going to make sometimes, and allow the game to stay in touch. But the first time you play against a zone, sometimes for a whole game like that, we're a little tentative. We weren't quite as fluid. I thought we did some good things against it, but we weren't quite as we didn't attack it quite as well as we would like to. But you're in a close game like that, and it's how do you finish? What do you do? And, the two close games we've had in the exhibition and in this game, these guys have made really good plays down the stretch. Tyler made a really good and one drive. Chris made a good move. Mike made two real good plays that are important. He's been playing very well in practice, shooting the ball well. And it was good to see him make those plays at the end because he's been doing that, and he's certainly capable of it. Rock was good inside. I thought he could have gotten the basket a little bit better a couple times in the second half, but it's a process. He's not used to getting the ball that much, and it's going to take some time to get him offensively where he needs to be. Chris committed a couple fouls, bad fouls. Haven't seen double fouls in a long time. We saw two of them tonight, so I don't know what that was, but just some little things that obviously we've got a lot of work to do. I think we weren't a great offensive team last year, but we were a little bit more consistent, and I think we've got to work to that, and it'll take some time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. We're not going to have many easy games, I don't think. I think it's going to be a battle every night, and we just got to keep working at it. The two close games we played good. We played very well down the stretch, which it's a good sign. Chris made a really good block, which without that play it would have been much closer, but that was a really good play. And we made a couple other good defensive plays, and then we finally made a couple shots. And, when the ball goes in the basket, it's a lot easier game. We struggled to score for a long time in the second half, but our defense kept us in position to win the game. Question?
Tyler Roberson's playing a lot less considered than the other starters. Is there something specific he needs to do, or just kind of rotations work?
There's no formula. Tonight was strictly because they were playing zone for 40 minutes. And BJ's one of our better shooters, so he played. Next game might be something completely different. But, guys who play different situations, guys who play more or less, that'll happen all year.
Jim, do you imagine teams are going to try to go at Rakeem and get him into foul trouble? And how does he strike a balance between interior defense?
It's hard to go at one guy. We have a lot of help for him down there. He's not alone, so he's fine. A couple of fouls today were, I don't know, double fouls. That is, but he'll have some foul problems. He's learned how to play in those situations, and I think he'll be fine. But big guys do from time to time have foul situations, and Chris is capable of going in there and playing. And he made a big block when he was in there, so he's capable of that. But I'm sure people will try to do that as well.
Are you pleased with the strides defense has made since your first exhibition game?
Well, we still got a lot of work to do. We're not making the real bad plays. This team tried to run the same overload that we saw against Carleton, and that's why that game helped us win or lose that game, because we didn't allow them to have any of those corner jump shots, and that's a real good thing. So, our defense is fine. Could get better, but it's been both these games. It's been pretty good. We didn't force as many turnovers tonight. 15 is a small number, but we made them in tough situations. Whenever you take that long to shoot the ball, you're going to take some shots at the end of the shot clock that are going to be difficult generally.
Jim, when they had got it back down to about 5 points, Trevor took a 3 from the top of the key. Was it a good sign just that he was so aggressive in taking that?
He was aggressive that whole game. He's not getting a lot of good looks, but he's going to be aggressive and he'll get his shots. And nobody needs to worry about Trevor Cooney. He'll be fine.
How do you think Michael Binichek played spelling Kaleb at point guard in the first place?
He missed good shots. He had really good shots. I think he missed 3 shots. He tried that floater, which was a bad play. He's got to pull up there. But I thought he played well. I thought in the second half, obviously, to make those 2 plays, big for his confidence. He can score, and he's been scoring, and he's capable of scoring, and that's important for us and for him. We need another guy that can score, and I think he can do that. But we've got guys that are capable. I think this game was a good game for Ronnie because we had the way the lineup. We wanted the matchup. We wanted to keep the point guard in there, and Trevor. We wanted to keep him in there a little bit more. Ronnie had a couple of really good looks earlier. It just didn't go, but he'll get opportunities.
Your thoughts on the game later on this week down in New York?
Well, it'll be difficult games. Iowa beat this team by 30 or 40 points. So, obviously Iowa's good. Texas in the top 10. And I think Cal we know they're good. We've had 2 or 3 difficult games with them. So we know they're very good. And, that's again, that'll give us an indication again what we have to do, what we have to work on. We've got a very difficult schedule during the month of November and December, really, where we're going to play a lot of teams that are good. And last year, we were just a little bit more advanced, and we were able to win those games. This year, those games are going to be difficult. We're going to have to work to get there. And there's a lot of work to do with this team. We're nowhere near where we were last year at this same time. Not close.
Jim, what you take away from Kaleb Joseph first couple games?
Yeah, he played like a freshman point guard. He's learning, just thinking about things. Made a bad bounce pass to the post late, but he's got to push it better in transition. He made a couple of bad decisions in transition in the first half. He's got to get down and use his speed. Get in the lane and get it to somebody for an easy play. And he did that a couple of times. He got to do more of that. And but I think late, he was a little better. But he's got to be more active on defense. One thing Tyler Ennis did that was probably been overlooked. He led the league in steals for most of the year. He's very active. Kaleb's certainly capable of doing that as well. He's got to be more of a factor. And the first couple of games, he helped us on the boards tonight. He didn't get back in there. He didn't get anything. Didn't get any of those situations. That's something he's got to be able to do. But it's very, very difficult for a freshman point guard to just come in and play at a high level. There's very few that are capable of doing that. And he's a good player. He'll get better. But it'll be a work in progress. He's got work to do.
Coach, what's PJ Johnson done better this year to earn the minutes compared to last season?
Well, he's done better. He got C.J. Fair out of here and Jeremy Grant out of here. That's basically it. Tyler Ennis. That opened up some playing time. He's a good shooter. He shot well the first game. He had an impact on that game. And when they went zone, we put him in right away to see, give him. I was going to leave him in there for a while. He knocked down a couple threes. And it was effective. We were weakens us on the boards, on the defensive boards particularly. But he knocked down a couple of big shots in the first half and got us the lead really. But not going to score a lot of points. An 8-point lead might be a good lead against anybody we play. There's not going to be games like the first game. That was one time. That's not going to happen. We're going to have to fight for everything. We're going to have to get used to working hard for everything. We're going out there when Chris gets in foul trouble and Tyler's out. We're 6'9" at center, 6'5", 6'5" at forward. That's just one of the smallest teams we've had here. So, we're going to have to really work through those stretches when we get in that situation. And that's going to happen. And I think some of these younger players aren't getting back. They're not used to running, not used to playing. They beat us down the court 2 or 3 times for layups, and they're not a team that's trying to run. Although they can run, they didn't try to run. But we're going to see teams that are going to run, and we're going to have to do a much better job of getting back on defense. I think stamina is a big question mark with some of our guys, and that is not something that can come overnight. So, again, just my observations. We have a lot of work to do ahead of us.